No shot. No shot.
So are you saying that buses are not real?
I'm not saying that like the vehicle isn't real. I'm saying that what's happening on the inside
All right,
not
James.
real.
See, that's like magic or something?
It's like
I've
another
got this
dimension.
covered for you. So,
And here we go. Welcome back to another 0.5 episode of the Campfire Council podcast. Thank you for being here. We appreciate all of you. Today with us on the council, we have Wes, myself, Luke, Joey's Joe, Joseph, and once again, our
That's a nice
special
one.
guest and good friend, James. Welcome back, James. Let's go.
Emphasis on the special.
right.
What is
going
going on?
You know, I mean, we just talked like 30 seconds ago.
I know.
No,
I know.
we?
No, we didn't.
No, that was like
This is a whole nother.
This is a
new
whole
day.
nother-
Yeah,
I
new
just
day, new
decided to
time.
wear the same shirt. Don't
we
pay
got
attention.
it like that.
what do you got in your mind, James? What's something you want to talk about here?
All right.
Hold that thought. Let's talk about that stupid McFlurry.
It wasn't in
Dude,
its
Okay,
normal
so for those of you that
state.
don't know,
McDonald's changed.
McDonald's changed their cups for the McFlurry. As we all know, the traditional. First of all, why do they come in one size? If I want a large
True.
McFlurry, I want a large.
Wait, I thought there
McFlurry.
was.
No,
There's only
there's
one
a
size.
mini
Size, yeah.
and there's
Oh,
a regular.
the mini. Yeah.
But no one's getting the
Never
mini.
Who's getting
enough.
mini?
A child, maybe.
But get the regular size.
It's a child.
Get more
I
ice
think
cream.
sometimes a mini, if you're just in the mood just for a little bit.
No,
it's
I'm
perfect.
never in the mood for a little bit.
Thank you, James.
Ever. Anyways, so as we all
Sorry.
know, the traditional holding device for a McFlurry is
holding device.
they're just garbage little paper cup, and then the most unceremoniously placed plastic piece over the top of it. And as we all know, not a single McDonald's worker in the history of McDonald's has ever actually cared about the food that they're giving you. And so
Maybe
the ice
one.
cream was
It's a bold
just filled to the
statement.
top, and then
Come out.
they would put the plastic piece on, and then it was like they would dump the Oreo bits, not stirred, of course. It never comes stirred, on top of that. And so you would have to then use that really awkward square spoon
Yeah,
that
it's
was
very
hollow
weird.
in the middle and like try and stir it, except for it gave you like a quarter of an inch range of motion on either side. So the stirring
So
was more
true.
just like it going like blah, 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 in the cup.
Is there a point of the hollowness of the spoon?
I don't know. It was I really don't know. It
Let
was
us
a
know,
terrible
McDonald's.
design.
Let us know.
But
There's probably some secret to it.
All right.
you would never be able to mix it properly. So then once you actually took that plastic piece off, because there was no way that you were getting that spoon out of there regardless, once you took that plastic piece off, all the Oreo bits would just fall everywhere. It was terrible. However, this evening, before I came here, I was hungry. I stopped, got 2 McChickens. Always 2, never 1.
It's a solid order.
Yep. And then I got a McFlurry because I was feeling a little spicy.
Ooh.
And
Those-
this lady
spicy.
hands me what I can only describe
Bless you.
as like a miniature Happy Meal box. And it was basically like what you would see if you got like a rice like to-go box from a Chinese restaurant, except for the flaps were like smaller so they didn't close in on each other. There was still
Yeah.
an opening. And like basically you unfold them and it makes the cup like taller. And then you can mix it. It was actually nice, but definitely weird. Again, talking about change isn't always bad.
Nice.
It wasn't bad, but like it was just weird because I was like, "What is that?" I didn't remember. I thought this was McDonald's, not China buffet. Like,
Right.
what are we doing here? But it was nice.
Ooh.
The engineering behind that cup, I am actually a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of fast food, let's get into some of our favorite fast food that we go to.
Okay. In a pinch or just normal?
Oh, wait.
He'll do it a pinch.
Does fast
Well,
food
time
have to
constraint.
be like a drive-through?
There has to be a drive-through
Sure. Okay.
included.
Okay.
I would say to
Okay.
and make it a fast food.
Right, because then it's
Wendy's.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a good
Wendy's
one.
slap, especially their breakfast. They have French toast sticks like we would get in
yeah.
elementary school.
Nice.
School
And then
lunch.
their fries during breakfast time are different from their fries during the day.
really.
They're
Wait, what?
wedges and they're seasoned and they're freaking like the kind that are like
Yeah.
crispy on the outside but like soft on the inside. So good.
That
Interesting.
sounds amazing.
And they have a burrito. And this thing is like it's got bacon, potato, everything you want in a burrito.
Is it packed with
And
like
then,
actually
yes,
like
and then
hefty?
it's got like sauce on like the inside. It's just like it's so good. Wendy's breakfast.
What are you doing
slaps.
tomorrow morning?
Working, but that's if you want to wake up at 6 a.m. and get Wendy's with me.
All right.
Ooh,
Okay,
okay.
that's a
Joey's,
good
what
choice.
do you got?
I think Taco Bell has always been there for me.
For breakfast.
It does.
Oh,
no,
not
no, just
breakfast.
in
Just
general.
fast
I'm
food in
still stuck
general.
on breakfast.
That's fair. But I think it's always been there for me. I think we've had some of our best memories at Taco Bell.
We've had some
It's
good
usually
times.
open super late. There's a lot of them.
But you've
I
had a
love
bad
Crunchwraps.
experience.
That's true. I've had some bad experiences with it, but you could say that about any place.
Yeah.
So I'd go Taco Bell because usually 2 Crunchwraps the same way you get 2 McChickens.
Yep. Can we agree though that after a while,
It
of
tastes
eat-
the same.
everything at Taco Bell tastes like
Yes.
just Taco Bell? Like
Yes, it does.
You're eating
Yeah,
the
it kinda
same
mixes
thing.
it
Yeah.
So you
Like,
can't order too much.
You can't get more than 3.
That's-
Actually, I would
yeah.
say you almost can't get more than 2 because after that, it's like this is the same thing I just ate.
Yeah,
Yes, just
right.
a
I've
different
gotten
shape,
that.
Yep.
or not in a burrito, but in a.
I think the only
Yeah.
time you can get 3 is if you get like 2 of the same thing and then like a Doritos Locos Taco.
That's
Yeah, because those
fair.
are extremely different.
Those
from
are
everything
different.
else, Yeah.
Yeah. Those. Oh,
But yeah,
those are
Taco
good.
Bell. How about you?
Those actually slap pretty hard.
I am going to say Cousins.
Ooh.
And it does have a drive-through. Not all
It
of them do,
does.
but I would say it considers fast food. They do have some drive-throughs. I don't know. I love a good cheesesteak. I'm never mad about the cheesesteak. If I get sick of the cheesesteak, I'm going chicken cheddar deluxe. If I
Yummy.
get sick of that,
So
I
good.
could go Italian special.
special.
The even just like a ham sandwich, or you could go a chicken breast, the meatball. There's a lot of good options. I also worked at Cousins for my first job,
Oh.
and I never got sick of eating their subs when I worked there, and that tells us it's some good food.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
I don't know how you guys feel, but like a warmed tuna sub.
Oh,
Oh,
Wes
yeah,
loves the
that's-
tuna.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
Tuna's so
Dude.
good.
I used to work at Jimmy John's in high school, dude.
Fantastic.
Me and my buddy Zach, we would
So
get
good.
we would make ourselves tuna subs and just like sit down at like the corner booth and just like, oh man, when the bread was warm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
That like
slap.
melted cheese.
With
just-
hot
oh,
peppers. Come on,
so
son.
good.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna add to Cousins. They have fantastic cheese curds, and this
They
is
do.
important.
Fries.
Listen up here.
Fries?
They have pretty good fries, and
Oh, I've never had that.
I'm
Very
not
good.
a big fry guy.
I
I
didn't
know
know they had
Joy's
fries.
and Wes.
Very good.
I'm picky about my fries.
He is.
Mhm.
I do not like super potatoy big ones. They
He would
need to
not
be-
like those wedges.
Yeah, they need to be like crispy,
Big.
Oh.
and they need to be like just perfect. And I think Cousins does a very good, probably like a solid. I'm gonna say like an 8.4, 8.5.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
very.
I
good
would
fries.
eat them. So that means something. And they have shakes that are pretty decent. So
Yeah,
you have a good
shakes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
They have everything you need there.
I will
James.
say, Cousins in the last couple of years did a really big remodel of all their
Yes,
stores,
they did.
and they did a very good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very 80s,
Yes,
wasn't it?
Yes.
And I never feel like crap after I eat Cousins.
Mm.
I feel pretty good. I mean,
is-
a lot of times,
yeah, that's a good
If you
point.
get like, even I got Panda Express on my way home from work today. It's really good, but I just don't like feel.
Bundle.
Yeah.
I don't feel terrible, but it's not like I feel like I ate fast food,
Mhm.
and I don't always like that feeling.
I mean, cheesesteaks come a little bit greasy sometimes. So if I eat if I go like multiple days in a row, which I have done, getting cheesesteaks, you feel a little bit like
Oh,
you feel a little
sure.
weird because you've eaten a lot of like greasy stuff. But
What's
yeah,
your,
for the most part, my favorite is probably gonna be Chick-fil-A,
Oh,
I just had
it's a
some.
holy place.
the holy place. Not available on Sundays, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
I respect that.
But they're
Still
just-
frustrating.
Just I know, like very plain, but like it's still spicy. It's like the plain spicy chicken sandwich, not the deluxe.
Yeah,
but
Really?
the standard. It's just straight their spices on their chicken. It's so good. And then
Okay.
like the additive of pickle. I normally don't like pickles, but like
Pickles.
the pickles on their
I
chicken
got one
sandwich.
in the fridge waiting for me.
Very
I
good.
like a good pickle.
Yeah.
Dude, pickles are underrated.
Yes.
They're crunchy.
Yes.
They're delicious.
Yes.
I've
You
come
should
around
eat
on them.
Yes.
I don't like
It's
them
an
by
upgraded
themselves
cucumber.
that much.
This is important though.
That's true.
Only dill.
Yes.
Only
Do
Sweet
not.
pickles
do
are gross.
Sweet
not
pickles are the
even,
worst thing that
even
have ever.
think.
Get 'em
touched
out.
my
Don't even.
palate.
What is
Get
it?
them out of here! Get them out of here!
What's this bread and butter? What is that? I don't want that.
Bread and butter is just bread and butter.
I don't want that bread and butter pickle.
Can I just have bread and butter?
That's
Not in
that's
pickle
terrible.
form?
Yeah,
don't
you-
even don't even
I'm with you on that.
Just keep
point it
as-
in my
yeah.
direction. I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah.
Give me dill
I
or give
agree.
me nothing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Give me liberty or it's the new give me liberty
Yes.
or give me death. Give me Dill or give me death.
I will say that's something that's so. I've never been so deceived when
Yes.
you're at like an
Oh
event,
my
a party,
gosh.
Bite into it,
and you
just-
go to grab the
Huh?
pickle, and you eat it, and it's not dill. What is this?
Immediately spit it out.
What is it?
As
I don't
someone that
want
doesn't
this.
really love pickles, I even before when I not hated pickles, but I didn't like them. I would eat, biting into a sweet pickle just felt wrong.
I'm Pickle Rick.
Here's some deceit. Here we go. So one time, here you go, Mom.
It's a great episode.
When I lived at home in Germantown in high school, my mom was like, "Hey, we're having spaghetti for dinner tonight." Awesome. I love it. I love spaghetti. Right? I sit down, I
Mom's
bite
spaghetti.
into it. I'm like, "What is this?" She's like, "Oh, by the way, it's zucchini noodles. It's zoodles."
Oh no.
They're
and
not
I was
bad.
no, it wasn't. Here's the thing: it wasn't that bad. It's that I went into it expecting spaghetti, and I got zoodles. What kind of name is that? Zoodles.
Zucchini noodles.
I feel like I need to try that. Sounds
pretty good.
interesting.
It's slightly. It was a little bit not like crunchy, but it's not like that soft spaghetti feel, and it caught me so off guard. I wasn't
Weren't
for
ready
it.
for it.
I wasn't for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to answer. You can't because I already know your answer. But if you noticed on Capitol and 124th,
Yeah.
there is a battle going on right now between
Canes.
Chick-fil-A, Dave's Hot Chicken, and Cane's.
See, I've never had the other two.
If
Yeah,
you, dude,
neither.
you need
Here
to
we
try
go.
Dave's.
Okay, I've heard very good things about
It's
it.
Dave's is
so
great.
good. Not only that, but
great.
you get a slider, possibly two,
Mm-hmm.
because they're. I wouldn't even call it a slider because it's like a full sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
And then instead of fries, sub the fries for mac and cheese because you can do it with no
Ooh.
additional
Oh, I didn't know
cost.
that.
Is their mac and cheese good?
It's good, dude.
Well,
and
that's
you
what
get
I'm
a
a
slider,
sucker for some mac and cheese.
Oh my god, their fries are also very good. But dude, Dave's slaps. I don't like Cane's. I think it's very basic.
Isn't there like not really that many
Everyone-
around here?
There's
of
like
Cane's?
like
two.
two.
Yeah. And they just opened up. There used to be none
Right.
in Wisconsin.
Okay.
But I think it's just like basic chicken, and everyone freaks out about their sauce. And I'm like, this is white people food.
It's not seasoned well, is it?
No,
No.
it's just
I
chicken.
think where it lacks is just like the chicken itself.
Yes,
It's
literally
like
their
there's
whole thing.
Mhm.
you're biting into it and you feel like it's missing something or that like I don't know,
Their
it just doesn't
seasoning
have
is
that.
the sauce. Like that's their whole thing.
Yeah,
that's
I think-
weak.
Okay.
That's
I think a
Yeah.
solid like chicken or just food in general is obviously the seasoning or the sauce is very important. But if it's like chicken, you should be able to have that chicken sandwich with everything it comes with and be satisfied.
Yeah.
But then be excited for that sauce
Yes.
to add that extra boost of flavor. You shouldn't have to rely on the sauce to enjoy your meal.
True.
So
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, so you got a Did you say your favorite?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yep, that's
Okay.
why I didn't let him weigh in because I knew it was going to be Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Yep.
Chick-fil-A sauce is so good.
Chick-fil-A sauce is good.
With you dip their fries in the Chick-fil-A
Nope.
sauce.
You can't. How do you dip it in? They're too big.
Fold them up.
Well, you can also
Dump
bite
them
them
in
and make
there.
them a little
I feel
smaller.
like
Then you
you're
really can.
Really, you just yeah. All right, I understand where you're coming from. Passion. Yep. All right, so switching gears
What
here.
you got for me, James?
Here's the thing. Okay, the longer I talk, the more this is gonna make sense. All right.
Okay.
But
We'll let you cook.
it's gonna be
Mike's
a little
Mike's
weird.
away.
So here we go. Buses.
I love this already, dude. I'm already. I'm so mad.
Joe's is
I'm
so for it.
I'm fired up. I'm
Not-
fired up.
Not real. All right, here we go. Join me on this battle. I feel like you're gonna get this.
Okay.
So a bus, right?
Okay.
I have a truck. I drive a truck. It takes up most of a lane, right?
Okay.
And there's two. It's roomier than most SUVs and cars. It's got 2 seats and then space in the middle. Maybe you could fit a bench seat, 3 seats in there, but it takes up most of the lane. Now you're telling me that a bus, which fits in the same lane that my truck does, can fit 1, 2, 3, 4 people with enough room to walk in the middle, and it's supposed to fit in the same driving lane that my truck does that can fit maybe 3? Get out of here. Also, some buses have staircases in the middle. How? Tell me how that makes sense. How does a bus
Hold on.
how does a bus that can have two people
Right.
on each side, and there's room on a bus for you to sit. Like it's not cramped.
Comfortable.
And a walkway in the middle fits in the same lane that my truck hardly fits in. How?
I get where you're coming from.
How does that work out? How does it make sense? Buses it's another. Once you walk in there, it's another dimension. It just makes no sense.
Another world.
There's
in there,
no way. It doesn't make any sense.
Drugs, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
we take them
Okay.
and we can believe these things. I don't know what's going with that. That's a good question. I have no. That's when I think about it, it is upsetting. I'm upset right now because your truck, it's a big vehicle. I know what you're saying. There is little when you think about though, like I have a Jeep, so my Jeep is not as big as your truck, but they're still big. It's still a big vehicle, SUV. There is still plenty of room, both sides of the lanes.
Yeah.
So I could be more so on the left side or the right side, and I have plenty of room. So I don't know, man. It's a bus has to be like the tires have to be like right on those lines, probably.
Look at it bus driving. It has room.
Think about a semi. Think about a
has-
semi. How big that is.
I know.
That's the biggest.
If you're behind a semi,
The only thing is that I've never like put seats in a semi to see if it would still work.
I've
I
been
know
in-
that
I've-
there are seats in a bus. And it doesn't make sense.
I've been inside of like a semi trailer and stuff. Like for my work, it's wide
right.
in
Yes,
there,
very
wide. So
Yeah.
and I mean, I'm thinking about it now. Obviously, I wasn't thinking about, is this as big as a school bus? Can I fit 2 rows?
All right, where is the
seats there?
nearest
But-
bus? We need to
but-
be on this bus right
but
now. We need
it
to
was very
investigate.
wide.
And here's
in
the
there.
thing, like I've also heard people say the argument of like, okay, well in your truck, like bus walls are pretty thin. And like a truck, like the door it's got some thickness.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll give you that. It doesn't have the thickness of another person, let alone another 2 people, because I'm supposed to be able to fit 2 more people and a nice walkway. No shot. No shot.
So are you saying that buses are not real?
I'm not saying that like the vehicle isn't real. I'm saying that what's happening on the inside not real.
James.
See, that's like magic or
I've
something.
got
It's like
I've
another
got this
dimension.
covered for you. So, I believe it's Prisoner of Azkaban for Harry Potter. There's a scene where the bus
Oh,
shrinks.
yeah.
So they just pull one of those voodoo dolls.
Yep.
Or no, yeah, it was like a
That
lever.
crazy bus driver.
Yeah,
He's so
exactly.
crazy.
So they just pull the lever, right?
The
they
bus driver
have
wasn't crazy.
they had the
Bus
lever in
driver
there.
was very
full-
normal.
Wasn't the way he
And then
was
it
driving?
shrinks.
No, it was the face.
Yeah, it's
the
like a little voodoo doll.
Oh,
head.
Voodoo guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why the long face smile?
Yes,
Yeah,
that guy.
Jamaican.
Clip it. But yeah, like just pull that lever, shrink up, and then that's how they fit in lane. And they fit in between 2 very large English buses. What are those called? What are those called? The
I don't
big
know.
red
Trolleys? No.
No, I don't know what it's called, but
The magic school bus.
You know
Yes,
how-
the magic school bus.
Yep.
you know how buses pull that lever to open the door?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's got to be like them like opening and closing
The portal.
dimension. Yeah, because there's no way. There's just, and granted, some streets are wider than others, but like I was driving down, I don't know what road this is, towards
Which
my
we do
house.
not live on.
No, there's some.
Nope.
They're not. They're not wide lanes. Like the expressway, those are wider lanes. They allow like a lot more room. Those are not as wide as like expressway lanes. And
Right.
I was driving next to a
Well,
bus, and I was like,
You could argue that the far right lane is actually wider.
yes,
for
but
space for people parking on the side of the road.
I'm
Yeah,
simply
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about like a standard lane, like
Okay.
not the right hand lane where you
Sure.
also have the curb
Okay,
there.
okay.
I mean like a regular lane, and I was like, dude, there's no way. There's no way.
There is
4
something
people
magical.
plus a middle aisle.
He's making a
No
good point.
Way.
Could it be okay? So buses, their tires are not on the complete outside, right?
They are.
So
They exactly line up with the actual
Yes.
walls of
Yes.
the.
I
of the bus.
retract my statement.
Correct.
My point. I don't know.
All right.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
don't
say
know either.
because if they were closer and it's raised more, it could be wider then because
Yeah.
it's lifted more and it's then bigger. But if it's
No.
never mind.
It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I think a school bus itself could fit inside of a semi trailer.
What?
Huh?
Like if you were to drive up a ramp into a semi trailer,
Yeah.
A school bus.
a school bus could fit inside of a semi trailer. That
A full size school bus.
Not a half size,
No,
not a quarter
okay,
size.
the semi truck is bigger than the school bus.
Yes, but it's not as wide.
Longer.
and
No,
longer.
it's wider.
No.
Yeah. Dude, have you
Yes,
been
I've
inside
been
of a
inside of-
semi-trailer?
yes,
Have you
I've
been
been
inside
inside
of a school bus? Were you homeschooled too?
Yes, I have.
What?
Dude,
Hey.
there's
entire bus.
there's so many things in there.
Yeah, but you can't fit an entire.
I think
school
you
bus.
could.
No way.
Just do it. We're doing it.
Mythbusters.
What does the bus look like?
The yellow thing.
Dude, I don't think I was in a school bus, honestly, until... No, never mind. I did VBS.
Yeah, I was gonna say your
That-
church had to.
Yeah, scratch that.
Mhm.
I didn't ride the bus to school until my sophomore year of high school.
He rode the short bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a short bus kid for sure.
Dude, this is... I don't know, man.
Yeah,
We're fitting a school bus into a
to a
trailer
semi.
semi truck.
Here's what you guys need to understand.
Well, Mrs. Frizzle drives.
And you
that
should hear
school
this,
bus.
too.
Yeah, Frizzle. Get
Wesley
Frizzle.
has 2 brain cells,
3.
and they're both fighting for 3rd place. So disregard his little semi and school bus theory because it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, that's right,
It makes
guys.
sense. Joey.
Man down.
Man down.
We're good.
He was the best of us.
I had the worst death. Terrible.
Throw it right at my knee.
Your square knees.
That's a good topic to bring. I didn't
Dude.
What's going on over there? I never thought about that. That's very every time I look at a school bus now, what are
Or
you?
a city. I was more so
I was
thinking of like a
thinking
city bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too, yeah.
I hate the city bus though. It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's always in the way.
Yeah.
Something.
Would you say those are wider than a school bus? A city bus?
And why don't they have to wear seatbelts?
Yeah, city bus. You can just stand there.
No, like in a school bus, you have a bunch of kids in there. Why don't you have to wear a seatbelt?
The front seats usually.
Okay,
have
but
it,
you
yeah.
obviously have kids sitting on, like, standing up in the middle aisle.
But
Here's the thing. Have you ever tried to get 30 kids to wear a seatbelt
But
all at once
but
that's
it
not
should
gonna
be an
happen.
option.
on the same vehicle?
It should be an option, though.
I'm sure it should be.
It is
However,
weird.
It probably has to do with the fact that like it's a big vehicle.
Wah, wah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm in agreement with you, but also like if the kids are gonna die, they're gonna die. Natural selection.
right.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I mean, a city bus, you're standing there, so if the
Yeah.
bus goes in a crash, they're going flying.
Yep. It builds character.
Right.
It builds character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird. Why aren't there seatbelts?
I thought there was.
In a school bus?
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Isn't
like
there?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
I swear I had
I don't remember ever.
Like
putting a
maybe
seatbelt.
the maybe the first 2 rows have
Okay,
seatbelts, but
right.
then that's it. Unless you were the short bus, maybe you do remember.
Not in the
seatbelts.
short bus. It was big to me.
Wes is a very small person.
What, James? Back to our conversation earlier. What would
yeah.
be? I think I've asked you this before, but I'll ask it again. What is your favorite Star Wars movie or show? Go.
I mean, it's the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
It's just it's fantastic, especially how they wrapped. Because usually when a show ends and then they do like a closing last season, it's terrible. They nailed it. They nailed it.
It was the best season.
They truly did a phenomenal job with that season, and it was just everything that I had ever hoped for. They nailed it. So the show would be the Clone Wars. As far as a movie goes, I'd say if we're in the trilogies, it would be.
It doesn't have to be trilogy. It could be any of them.
But like as far as the trilogies
Oh,
go,
you're
I'd
saying
say
you're
like
separating.
Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
I know that they get a lot of hate, but just the
No.
action sequences
It's
and
very good.
how much work Hayden Christensen and then Ewan
Ewan
McGregor
yeah.
put into like their actual training for like those fights. It was because I feel like they did such a great job with the characters because they'd been working together for so long and practicing together for so long. Not only did they fit into the characters because they knew each other's like fighting, just as Anakin and Obi-Wan were so equally matched because they had.
True.
It was two halves of a whole, and it played out so beautifully in that film, and the choreography with that fight scene,
On Mustafar.
Yes.
That fight is
Amazing.
fantastic.
amazing.
Done so well.
Yes,
Yeah.
So good.
yeah. So
I think. Go ahead.
just that would be my favorite out of the trilogies. But like, I think my favorite movie would have to be Rogue One.
Dude.
We're on the same
James.
Yes.
Yes.
So you guys obviously seen the movie, love the movie. It's
Love
great.
it.
The acting, great. I would even go as far as to say like the cinematography that they use in that movie is truly underrated. But one of my favorite things about that movie is that it has Donnie, I forget his last name, the blind guy.
Yeah.
I am one with
The force is
Yes.
with you. Yeah.
I forget his actual name. It's like Donnie Young or something like that, or Donnie Yang. But he plays. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Ip Man.
Oh, whoa, what?
Oh
He's in Ip
yeah,
Man?
he's in that.
He is Ip Man.
Whoa.
Yeah, deep cut.
No.
He is Ip Man. So he does the type
What?
of martial arts
Hold on, I'm looking this
that
up.
I did. It's the tattoo that I have on my side. That's the type of martial
That's
arts that I
sick.
did. And the fact that he's in that movie and like for one,
No.
his fighting scenes in all of the movies that he's done are amazing. And the fact that like we get to see a non-force user and like
Donnie Yen.
Yes, Donnie Yen, a non
The
like
heck?
Jedi, someone who's not wielding a lightsaber, just like just plow through every single stormtrooper that came his way with ease was just awesome to see.
That changes
Dude.
this entire movie.
When he
Good.
what? When they went to go assassinate Jen's father,
Mhm.
and he was there, and the TIE fighter was flying by in the
Yes.
rain and the rocks,
Which was
and he
actually
just
Brandon.
like, dude, awesome.
that was just one shot, boom, gone.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
just hearing it was so sick. I
Yes.
love that.
So that for me kind of sealed the deal with that movie of just like it's so good, but also it's just an incredible movie.
Oh, dude, and when he dies too,
Yes.
that scene
Oof.
just so good. Like they have to go switch to adjust the satellite.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he just when you got the Death Troopers in that movie.
Yeah,
I
they look
love the
good.
Death
They
Troopers.
look good
I
in
like
that.
that. Like that was kind of the start of movies actually giving stormtroopers
Captain
yes.
Krennic's
Yes.
ship right there.
Giving
I got some Death Troopers in right there.
Actual like that they aren't just all garbage. There are stormtroopers out there that are actually like very deadly. But the fact that like he wasn't running, he
have
wasn't
aim.
sprinting, he simply walked there and trusted in the force.
So badass.
A lot of
that
connections to God there, but and he just like he got there, he did it, and then he got blown up. But like, oh, dude, so good.
And what's
so
his
good.
what's his like the other guy, what's
His
his name?
protector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, his gun with the backpack is sick. And when he walks out there and just
Oh my
bops
gosh.
those death troopers and
Yeah.
just keeps reloading. And then
Yep.
he holds the other guy in his arms and they both
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
they both go. What you got
I
spilling
think-
over there?
I think the ending scene is so powerful too. Like they're just on the beach, they're just looking out, and it's just like
Yes.
the nuke, if you
Yes.
will, is coming.
Also,
And-
a great wrap up to
Wow.
a show that hadn't even been made yet.
Yes, Andor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And I
true.
love that
True.
it makes sense to kill off all the characters because those characters were not in the other movies.
Yes.
And it's
right.
movies need to understand it's okay
Listen
and it's
up.
powerful to kill main characters.
Yes.
Like create that emotional attachment, have them do some really cool stuff, and just kill them. Kill them off because it
Just
makes
kill
a movie really good because
Kill him.
unless you're going to be making another really good movie like that,
Yeah.
have a really cool ending like that because they accomplished what they needed to accomplish. It tied in so don't even hold on.
He's getting
All right,
emotional.
all
I
right.
love it.
Yeah.
It ties in so beautifully
Dude,
with
when
the way
the
that the next
scene
movie starts.
the
Yes.
scene with Darth Vader just
Yes.
walks down doesn't he owns that hallway.
Yes.
So cool.
It is probably
I
if
definitely
not
got
my
chills from
favorite
that.
like
kinda
Star
stressful,
Wars
too.
scene.
Yeah.
Like it's
what
done
a Jedi's
so
supposed
well.
to, or a Sith is supposed to be. Like that is the fear that like Jedi and like the power they had. Because you
Right.
don't get to see that in the movies. They don't play into just how like having a Jedi on the battlefield changes everything.
Yep.
Not only their just strategic abilities, but how powerful they are. And like Vader came in there and just showed that. He showed that like it's hopeless. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. He comes in there and you can try, but it's
not gonna
what
do
you're
anything.
doing is just as good as just laying down your weapon and letting him kill you because there's nothing that you can do to stop him. Literally nothing.
And they risked so much for that little piece of information.
Yes.
And it all started with someone who decided to work with the Empire, but to purposely create a flaw.
Yes.
And he had it encoded Stardust, which was sick.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
then his daughter
Forgot
found
about
that. And that one flaw allowed the rebellion to have rebellions are built on hope, right?
Rebellions.
That's a quote there from Rogue One.
Yes.
And just how it played together so well, and like how they risked so much for that. And it was initially they got screwed, right? They got screwed. They initially had, they were chased down and they were caught, but they accomplished their mission. They got the plans out.
Yes.
And it's a win, but it's a loss at the same time. But
Yeah.
it's so
Well, they were
so
caught,
good.
but the information wasn't caught because it
Correct.
was sent out then in
Correct.
the next movie with the droids. And
correct.
and speaking of those movies, I mean, something that is also near and dear to my heart is like sound, and something so incredible came out of the Star Wars movies, and that is some of the just one of the coolest noises ever, and it's from that ship. It's
Dude, Django's ship.
the detonator.
Oh, yeah.
The noise that bomb
Yes.
makes is just
It's so
one of the
cool.
coolest.
The
Just
cosmic charge.
Yes, one of the
Seismic?
coolest-
Seismic.
Seismic
yeah,
charge,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
One of the coolest sounds that has ever come from an explosion. Just like the
Milo, please put that in there.
yes,
Right.
We need that.
Yes.
People need to hear
Explosion.
Seismic charges. Stand by.
And on top of that, one of so the only thing that's above Star Wars for me is Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that this is something that I think like
Here we go.
people
Here we go.
who make movies need to pay attention to more is to branch out and try something new, because the roar from the
Uruk-hai?
No, the roar.
Third movie, The Rohirrim.
No.
Oh, the Ents.
No. Oh my god.
Balrog.
The roar from the Balrog.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
sound from that, because it's not a roar, it's like literally what you would expect from heat.
Earthquake.
What
Oh,
it was, it's
yeah.
just like like it's the no sound really comes
Oh,
out,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like it's almost what you would expect from flame blowing out.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't, but it was like so like hearing that in person would be terrifying.
Oh, yeah. I would be out
Like
of there
they
so
didn't
fast.
make what they did with that was incredible. The sound design of that roar
Yeah.
was amazing. And,
Literally
like,
a
throw it in
fire-breathing, flying flame ball of a demon.
yes,
That's exactly what it was.
yes,
Crazy.
and, like they nailed what that would have sounded like.
They like did really good on like actually like portraying the fear that Gandalf had
Yes.
of the Balrog when it was first showing up or whatever. Like, dude, we need to get
Yeah,
we need to get
he
out
was
of here.
Terrified.
And think about too
Terrifying.
all of the goblins too.
Yeah.
Just immediately like,
Yep.
nope, I'm
They
out of
were
here.
done.
Right as they heard some kind of noise
And
from him,
that
they were
that
just
like
gone.
that noise too before that noise you're talking about when he's initially walking into the halls of
Oh yeah.
the Mines of Moria. That noise too of almost like a, I don't know what you'd have to describe, but you know how you can start to see that light in that main hallway,
Yes.
and there's like almost that, not like a crackling, but like it's just the sound of his presence getting a
Yes.
little bit closer,
Yep.
and like that sound too. Like you just, oh boy, here we go.
It's so cool.
Yeah. So the sound design between like, not, I mean, obviously there's the lightsabers from Star Wars, but like that explosion.
Hey Brandon. We're on the pod right now.
Brandon,
Brendan!
Oh,
Yeah, we're doing a 0.5 right now.
are you serious?
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
sir.
O'clock.
Yes, boss.
It's 11 o'clock.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is.
we're going hard.
Oh, do we usually record that late?
No, we had some technical difficulties, but we're talking about the Balrog.
Oh, okay. Is James there?
He
I
is.
am,
sir.
yes. I don't know.
Okay, can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, I
Yes,
can
sir.
hear
Okay, the Balrog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. No problems. No problems. I'll take it. I'll take it right there.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna hang up on you. You're delusional.
How you guys doing?
We're good. We're chilling.
We're doing great.
Yeah.
Just talking. We're talking some. We're
What about
getting.
the Balrog.
What?
What about the Balrog?
Well, we were just talking about like James was talking about like the presence of the Balrog and like
The sound
the
of its
sound of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll call you back, huh?
Okay.
Or you're probably
I'll just
not.
call-
You're...
maybe I'll call you tomorrow or something.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Okay, boss.
Boss.
All right.
I love you.
Bye, Brandon.
That's funny.
Yeah. Sound design, beautiful.
Also,
Yes.
there's like a debate on whether or not the Balrog actually had wings, and in Rings of Power they use like the smoke to kind of like give the Balrog wings, but in the original trilogy that they don't actually have them on there, but it doesn't say specifically in the lore that the Balrog have.
He did have wings in the trilogy.
In the trilogy,
when you see him after Gandalf gets on the eagle,
does he almost like puts his arms down and like the wings like shoot out.
I just know that in the books that they don't describe him having wings, so that's something added.
Okay.
I don't know if the wings are functional though. I feel like those wings are a lot like the caterpillar in A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
What's his name? I don't know. Oh, he's such a good character. That's a great movie.
I think I've read in some articles that I think they described him having wings.
Yeah.
Because they said like a flying, fire breathing demon, pretty much. So.
And wings don't necessarily mean that you can fly, because a lot of the times they'll
Penguin?
glide, or no, he just slides on his belly. Can you imagine the Balrog just coming up to you, running, and then just
that'd be scarier.
Yeah, it could be more
that
like
pretty scary.
A penguin Balrog.
Yeah, it could be more of like he's jumping down, and uses it to like glide down,
yes, yeah,
or like kind of leap.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, let's take a moment here.
Oh boy,
probably the best cinematic scene and most like just really pulls you in every single time. I will never not get the chills. Is the scene of King Theoden showing up with his Riders of Rohan on that hillside, looking down at the orcs. The Battle of the what's it called? Not the
Pelennor Fields.
Pelennor Fields. Thank you. Movie 3, Return of the King.
Yes.
And I watched a video on the top 10 like horns throughout like Lord of the Rings and like how cool they were.
I saw that.
And I don't know if that was, I think it was like the second or third. The number one was
Helm's Deep.
Gimli's with Helm's Deep. But those horns, like the scene when the Witch King of Angmar is about to just bop Gandalf and he hears that and he's just holding up his sword and he just knows.
Yeah.
And he turns around and all the horses show up and King Theoden gives a perfect speech.
That speech.
And once they start yelling death, it's like, yes, I want to go out there and die.
Yep.
Let's do it.
I mean,
so good.
Can you guys imagine hearing that speech? Like, first of all, you're facing a battle that is
doomed.
You're probably not going to win.
They have elephants. Okay.
They have trolls. They have
not like an elephant that Brandon
they have
thinks that he could
elephants.
kill. Like they have like war elephants, massive, and like they're basically getting pinched between. They're trying to pinch them between the walls, but I mean, it's a massive battle. They've got the Nazgul. They're like huge battle, and then they don't have a lot of they don't have a lot of people there. Granted, they're on horses, which gives them a huge advantage.
I think it was 7,000. He says like 7,000 spears, I think.
Yes. And so
it's a couple of spears.
It's a couple. Yeah. Like hearing that speech, like the shield shall be broken and like spears shall be shattered. It's just like, and then shouting death, the sound that would have come from 7,000 people
so
shouting
loud.
death.
That would be so scary.
That it's just crazy. That The Lord of the Rings is such a good movie.
Yep.
It's just so.
Stop listening to this podcast.
Go watch Lord of the Rings.
Watch the extended version.
Only extended.
Only
extended.
Because when Gandalf dies and they get captured by the elves. Spoiler. Yeah, sorry. Jesus dies also, by the way, in the book of the Bible. Spoiler. Yeah.
Nice.
It's actually in season 2. But anyways, so the New Testament.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So in what was I talking about? What was I saying?
No say.
You said Gandalf dies.
Oh, when he dies and they get captured by the elves, they're with the and they're all like resting there, and Legolas hears them singing, and they're singing about Gandalf. Like that's a part that you don't get except for in the extended version, and he won't say what they're singing because it's so sad. It's just like, oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yes, it is.
Incredible.
We're bringing up Pirates of the Caribbean just because I recently watched it. We were just talking about it, and we were talking about it previously on another episode. Joyce, I gotta stay with my gut. They're good. I just watched
I mean, I'll watch them for sure.
1 and 2. Why am I blanking on the name of the first one?
What?
The Curse of the Black Pearl.
The Curse of the Black Pearl, and then Dead Man's Chest. Just, dude, the action, the comedy in it, it's so fun. I was laughing when Jack Sparrow was on the island with the cannibals. I was telling you, Wes, just like, I got the job done. It's a solid movie. I will stick by. I think they're underrated. 1, 2, and 3. 4 and 4. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's not great. 5 is terrible. 5 is terrible.
Which one was 5?
Right.
So it's Stranger Tides, and then it's not even worth mentioning.
John.
I don't know.
All I
Was
know
5
is
the one with the undead guy?
Pirates.
Yes. Yeah.
Where we find out that Barbossa's daughter was that girl?
Yep.
He has a
Who
daughter.
was hanging out with Will's son?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
they didn't even include Will at all.
I know.
Or Elizabeth. And those are main characters in the story, and you just add in 2 random people.
Well, I feel like 4 and 5 lost who. Okay, so here's something that I hate that movies do, and I feel like they did this with Kung Fu Panda 4, another movie series that I absolutely love.
I've not seen the third
I
or
haven't
fourth
either, but
That was a
I've
curveball.
seen like different things. So I do not like. They also kind of no. So sorry, I don't like when a movie it'll end and the character just had a really big thing happen. They go through a bunch of growth. Next movie happens and it's like it never happened. They're just
Yeah.
right back
Oh,
to where they were.
yeah.
And they
Yep.
do it because like they don't know how to integrate a movie without having the original who the character was. And it's like, how did they just do this thing, go through this growth and supposed to come out on the other side changed and then go right back to who they were before for the plot of the next movie?
Yeah.
I don't like that. And I feel like 4 and 5 did that with Jack Sparrow. Like he had a huge amount of growth and change throughout the 3 movies. And then 4, it was like he was this clumsy, dumb pirate again. It's like, what?
It was like a joke of a movie almost.
What just happened?
I did kind of enjoy the comedy in 4 because he was back with Barbossa, which whatever. I thought it was relatively funny
Yeah,
because he does a good job for like the comedy part of it.
Yes.
But besides that, the storyline wasn't there,
correct.
and it didn't feel like Pirates of the Caribbean anymore. It just felt like a funny pirate
Yep.
running around with no purpose.
Yep.
1, 2, and 3 have purpose.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's so good. And also the choreography with the fight scenes with the music. Oh, the wheel
Very
scene
good soundtrack.
in Dead Man's Chest when they're on the island.
Yes.
And the wheel is just they're spinning and they're fighting. It's so
or
good.
when the 2 ships are circling each other and they're on the rope. Also very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the CGI. I was telling Wes and Joyce, the CGI is excellent in those movies. So good in early 2000s.
Again, don't be afraid to kill off main characters when he gets killed by the Kraken. Fantastic. They did a really good job with that. Made sense how they brought him back. Like, really good.
Yep.
I love he just gets absolutely just snotted on. The
Yes.
the
So
Kraken
gross.
opens
Yes.
its mouth and just spits out his hat and he's all happy.
Yes.
He's like, hello, beastie.
Yes.
And he just holds up his sword and,
And
it just
runs.
engulfs
He's
him.
just
and
ready
eats
for it.
Beautiful.
That's
I
Jack
also-
that does that?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I also
just
love
don't
the
really
scene
remember
when
it.
they're getting him from Davy Jones' locker. First of all, that whole scene with like the rocks and
He just licks it.
he licks the rock.
Yeah, he does.
Like, he just like picks it.
I've
and
been
just,
known
like,
to lick a
like
rock.
not even like a little. He just like from
Yeah.
top to bottom.
And it
just
looks
licks
so
the whole-
dry. It looks
Yes.
so dry and salty.
Yes.
Uh,
Also, the scene with the peanut, because the whole thing with that, like, there's a whole story. Because
oh,
I think it's like
yeah.
every like 100 years, all you get in Davy Jones' locker is a single peanut to eat.
That's so random.
Yes.
What?
And like he's got like other versions of himself that are trying to eat the
He
peanut.
stabs. Yeah.
He like shoots him or something.
Oh, that's what they were doing.
yes.
Well, they're
So-
on that island, stuck on
and
the
he
island.
like
No,
has
not on
the
the
plate with
island.
like the fork and knife for
Yes.
the peanut, I think.
Yes.
The heck?
But so how they got him back, they put the ship in the water and he like starts running back and forth and they have no idea what he's doing. He's like looking and like he turns and like he points and they're just like running back and
Flip
forth
it over.
just to flip the ship over. And it's just like it's very clever, that movie. And yeah, very good movie.
It's some good stuff.
Yep.
Heck yeah. Well, folks, anything else we wanna bring up? We're about 46 minutes. I know it's kind of getting late here.
Don't have to talk about this, but go watch The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Great movie, great
Very
soundtrack,
good
great
movie.
cinematography, great storyline.
I'll have to look into that. What was it
Yes.
called?
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty,
Okay.
starring Ben Stiller.
Okay.
I have seen that.
I'm pretty sure we all saw that in theaters. like
Really?
a long time ago.
Well, so
Really?
lies.
I'm almost. That's the only
That's
reason why I
crazy.
saw it.
With
Don't lie
Ashton,
to me,
maybe?
boy.
Maybe
Okay.
it was back then. I forget what year it actually came out. Like maybe 2014.
Don't look.
I don't
know.
remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I just know it's a good movie.
That's a good
All
movie.
right. Well, that's our homework.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, James, thank you once again for joining us for
Yes,
the
sir.
0.5 episode and really bringing in the thought process of buses, man.
Made us think.
Buses.
That was a wild
From
conversation. I'm
buses
really thinking about
to
that.
Balrogs to
Lord of the Rings
Lord of the
to
Rings, the
Pirates of the
explosion,
Caribbean.
the seismic charges.
Yeah.
True.
Yep.
Good stuff. Good episode. Well, folks, pretty much what you should take away from this is watch Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Watch Star Wars. Watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep.
You
Go
shouldn't
watch
be
some-
watching this right now. You should be watching Lord of the Rings.
Well, no. Watch
After
this,
you watch
subscribe,
this.
like, and
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
and then go watch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Why? Because we had James on here, and James was excellent. A great guest.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Fun
true.
time. So yeah, go watch some movies. Go enjoy life. Go
Milo, cut that.
go smile. Go show some love to people. So
Yes.
off of that, like James said, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is the Campfire Council Podcast.
That was so drawn out.
I know.